Hello and welcome to All Out Pummeling. I'm JP, coach of the Toddington Torricats, also known as T-Cat. And I'm joined by my co-hosts to the side.
I am Kroc, the coach of the Kroc and Crocodiles, and my real name is Joe.
It's not your real name.
That's
That
not
is my
your real
real
name at
It's
all.
Major Pain and you know it.
It's Dr. Boss Sensei. And you know it.
The Siberian Blizzard. Quite sure. And I'm PK, coach of the Luton Town Leafyons.
We like to call him Leafyboi.
That is
Boy.
aka the Leafyboi.
The
He-
Leafyboi.
Cannot get enough of that leafy green lettuce.
I really
He
can't,
loves it.
man. Love
All
me,
he eats.
love me some veg, love me some lettuce, love me some grass types. So it's fine.
Well, we're going to see quite a few of them. Some of them are actually the same grass types because guess what we're doing today?
What?
We're going
We
to
are
be
reading the Pokemon booklet. Word by word.
That's right.
That's it. Version 3 of the rulebook. Don't worry. Trademark 95, 96, and 98.
It's the only time we can actually talk about Bulbasaur and it'd be relevant. So on today's show, we are going to be going through the teams that the learner coaches have drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said learner, right?
Learner. What did you...
Learner.
It sounded like loner. I was about to,
That was loner coaches.
Loner.
yeah, I was about to be like, we can't go into them too hard already. Like, gotta look at the teams.
They gotta learn hard, they gotta learn
Learn
fast.
hard and fast.
This ain't all out pummeling for no reason, kid.
Can't do it, kid.
This ain't twinkle tackle. No, no, no. This is all out pummeling.
No,
I mean,
we're going to
It
try
started
and
off
be...
with
No.
a bit of a cor-
Yeah.
We're
it's
going
a
to
bit of a corkscrew crash, to be honest.
No, we thought this would be a nice little supplement along with everything that's been going on, just like another thing to help identify the things that they've been taught so far in Ray's tutorials. So yeah, it'll be a nice way for us to be like, hey, this is that thing that you might not have instantly realized, but maybe you should consider.
We're gonna try and stick to positives
As best as we can.
as best as we can.
I'm gonna be.
I might have to play bad cop every now and then.
Yes,
I'm
to-
gonna be Joe's good cop. to his
Not our
best cop.
usual MO. It's
And PK is the true neutral cop. Yes.
Yeah, because he's not in the league, so he can't say that his team is godlike.
all I know is my gut says maybe. Driving man neutral with a lust for power.
Right, should we get into it then
Yes, indeed.
with our first team? And it's going to be Web's team.
Wev, that
Hey.
new coach
That
that you've never
brand
heard
new
of.
coach.
Who's been in the league longer than I have.
Returning coach of the Middlesbrough Metapods. And Web has assembled, from what I can tell, quite a nice team. You can see
Indeed.
the
Yes,
full thing
indeed.
there. So he's
Yep.
got a Mega Venusaur, a Starmie, classic Web, Entei, Umbreon, Mienshao, and Slowking.
Mm.
What's first impressions?
That's a tanky team on first looking at it. I'm thinking,
Yeah,
that's
It is
that's
quite tanky,
a
isn't
tanky
it?
team. Yeah.
it is tanky. There's speed coming out from Mienshao and Starmie. Priority extreme speed on Entei, and then everything else slow and wally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
so
Wish, foul play.
He's got
Umbreon.
nice spear tiers. I was going to say, like you've pointed out, speed of 115 on Starmie and 105 on Mienshao. So he's got a couple of good fast options, and then the rest of his speed is sort of spread nicely about. So he's got particularly slow Mon. He's got one around base 100 with Entei and Umbreon, and Mega Venusaur split between sort of like 60 and 90, which is nice. I think that Starmie is a really nice pickup here, because it's
Because it's his mascot.
Not
and his
just
favourite
'cause it's his
Pokemon.
mascot.
And-
Not just his mascot. No, I think that it provides a lot for his team because it's a nice, fast attacker. It's sort of instantly powerful, especially with the analytic ability. It gives him a hazard removal option. 'Cause while he doesn't have any way to set hazards, he does have a way to remove them, which is nice.
Yep.
And what else have I got from him? He had one thing I wasn't too sure about was the 2 water types, because he's got Starmie and Slowking both the same type.
I think so. He's got a fire, water, grass core, but he's got it pretty defensively in the Venusaur, the Entei, and the Slowking.
Slowking, yes.
So I think the Starmie is just sort of aside from that. It just happens to be another water type. It's going to be doing a completely different job to what Slowking is going to be doing.
He was always going to pick the Starmie, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah,
that's true. And you know, he's probably not going to bring Starmie and Slowking to the same game, or there's always that mind game that he could, but you know, it's unlikely. So it's nice that he's got sort of 2 different options for it, which is pretty nice. What would you change anything on the team? Because I mean, Mega Venusaur is definitely one of the best
I think
bulky things, and he will have to change that after second round.
Something that could maybe set some hazards would be nice. Would add
maybe
an extra
a fairy type
layer
maybe
to
as well. Like,
yeah,
I think a nice fairy, because Venusaur only really like worries about a big dragon move hitting it, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
Venusaur doesn't like psychic or flying.
Psychic or flying? Then disregard that. It's mainly, I think mainly because what I took it on with was a combo, so I think that's why I'm thinking dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky because obviously where he'll have to switch out the Venusaur, if he wants to keep the grass core, either have to change one of the others, so that frees up him getting a different Mega, or he has to find another tier 1 or Mega grass type.
Oh, yeah.
Mega Abomasnow.
Yeah,
Next, moving on.
So they definitely have to change their Megas once every
Mega or
2...
tier 1.
Yeah, well, yeah, Mega tier 1. But they can make other changes every week. Is that what it is?
I think so.
They can make changes after every match, but they have to change their tier 1 or Mega every 2 games.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Okay, yeah.
Well, I suppose they could change it every game if they wanted to, but they can't hold on for it for too long.
Yeah. The idea is just so they can try out different things rather than being like, yes, this is my team. This is it. I know this very small section of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
I think the Mega Venusaur is fantastic, and probably you'd want to try and sub out something else and then fill the whole of a Mega Venusaur with another Venusaur-esque mon. Because it provides so much with the fact that it's just got raw, unadulterated stats. That is really nice, and it's a grounded poison type, so it protects him from toxic spikes.
indeed, it does.
Yeah, I really like his team. I think that Web's done really well making this.
As he should.
Yeah.
As a 3-season veteran.
I'm sure he'll pull out the bag this time. Right, on to our next team. We've got Becky. So Becky being coached by myself and kind of also PK because they hang out a lot.
Funny that.
Funny that for some reason.
We happen to have a close personal relationship.
Yeah. So she's assembled a team that's fit all of the criteria that she wanted. Not necessarily the team that I would have picked, but it does everything that it needs to do. So she's gone for Gyarados Mega, Ferrothorn, Togekiss, Shaman, Zygarde 10%, and the Arcanine.
So some of this team was my doing. Mainly the Ferrothorn.
Her criteria was basically it has to have Arcanine on it. Arcanine was on the team no matter what. And it had to have two of the cores.
Yeah, it had to have the 2 main cores.
And she had to kind of like the Pokemon that they were. They were her criteria.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. So we've got the Fire, Water, Grass with Arcanine, the Ferrothorn and the Shaman, and the Gyarados. We've got the Fairy, Dragon, Steel with Ferrothorn, Togekiss, and Zygarde. We've got some nice speed coming from Zydog, and I think
That's kind of it, really. That's probably the only downside. Is that it's quite a slow team.
Shaman's 100, Arcanine's about 100, isn't it? Right.
Also gets extreme speed.
Yeah, she's got access to 3 mons with extreme speed. So
and a Dragon Dancer in Gyarados. So.
And Zygarde, yeah. So she's got ways to be fast. She's got physical sweepers in Arcanine and Mega Gyarados.
Zygarde.
So what did I say?
And Zygarde. I was just telling.
Oh, okay. Lacking a little bit of special power, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, Togekiss there.
And
Shaman can kind of go.
It can Seed Flare around. Like it's 100 in every stat, so it's going to be able to do most things fairly well.
Yeah. As for hazard setting removal, Ferrothorn, it can do spikes and stealth rocks. The Togekiss can do defog. I think Gyarados also gets defog.
I don't believe it does.
No, it does not.
And Zydog gets rocks as well.
And Zygarde also gets rocks.
Does Shaman get defog?
Sure, does it? Oh wait,
have I imagined that?
No, Zydog doesn't get rocks.
How does Zydog not get rocks?
And it gets Stone Edge, Rock Slide, doesn't get Stealth Rocks.
Well, there we go.
Shaman doesn't get defog.
Okay.
Maybe Shaman's Sky.
Maybe, actually. Yeah, that might be right.
And Shaman has got plenty of good moves to sort of... It gets Heathen Wish, wow.
Yeah. It could be a cleric.
Shaman is a great Pokemon.
It is a great Pokemon, funnily enough. I wasn't sure about having the shared weakness to fire from Ferrothorn and Shaman, because she does have the 4 times weakness on that Ferrothorn, which isn't going to be, her favourite thing to try and deal with. Also, before Mega Evolving, she's got a couple of shared weaknesses to Electric with Gyarados and Togekiss. Well, actually, Gyarados has it anyway, but it would be a 4 times weakness before that. Yeah, so
my thoughts about the fire weakness is she has a Flash Firemon.
Flash Fire,
and like Gyarados, it obviously doesn't want to get burnt, but it can take fire moves. Togekiss isn't weak to fire, right?
Yeah, in a few-man squad, she
has
cover for
ways around it. So there is, even though obviously you can see it and be like, there's got two grass Pokemon as your like quote-unquote defensive mons. That's not very good because grass is weak to so many things, but she has ways around it. So
it's quite nice to be able to be like, oh, so you're going to bring fire to every game for all my Fire Week stuff? Well, here's a team that doesn't care. Yeah, sort of thing, which is the only reason I liked it.
I spent a good time explaining to you why it's not that bad.
And I was just like, the team could be so much better if it was like this. But...
No, it couldn't. That's the thing. There was criteria here. She wanted these ones.
It's not your team, JP.
Exactly.
It's not your team.
I know. It's PK's team. No, that Zygarde wouldn't be on that team.
That's a lie. No, that isn't, because it's a dog, and therefore it's valid to be on her team.
It's true. It's fine.
This team is her doing. It's just I was the one being like, do you like the look of this? No. Do you like the look of this? No. So essentially, my involvement was I was there and I went through. This is a steel type. This is a steel type. This is a steel type. That's it.
Yeah. So substitutions for the Mega Gyarados after a couple of games. I'm trying to think if there's many sort of like good water types.
Sharpedo.
Sharpedo does the exact same thing.
Or
actually,
if you want to arrange another couple of things, you could get the Mega Swampert and change out one of the other things. Maybe one of the grass types for a Pelipper or a Politoed or something.
Yeah, getting Rain could be nice. Even getting Sun, if you got rid of the Ferrothorn, could also be kind of nice. But yeah, it's a pretty good team. Hopefully she'll do well with it.
I mean, it's all up to you, JP.
It depends how much she wants help, or if she wants to go it alone.
JP's only the coach of the coach. Becky's the coach.
Yeah, I just proofread what she comes up with, pretty much. And
Skull Bash on
every yes, Skull Bash. Cool. On to the next team. So we have got Kit's team. Is Kit being coached by John? Is that right? He's got like 3 on the go, hasn't he?
I don't know. I've lost. I don't know who's coaching. I know I'm coaching my two. Beyond that,
I didn't want to coach because I can't coach people. So
says person who coaches my Padawan. Well, yeah. So Kit has got a Mega Scizor, a Sylveon, a Gliscor, a Haxorus, a Seismitoad, and a Fortress. This is a very interesting team because I think it has a lot of very good Pokemon on it.
It is.
Yeah.
Each individual mon is strong as balls.
Yes. So we'll go through some of those strengths now. So he's got nice setup sweepers in Mega Scizor and Haxorus. Both can do things like Swords Dance or Dragon Dance. Well, Scizor can't Dragon Dance, but you get what I mean. Like, it can boost its offenses and hit back pretty hard. Mega Scizor also tanky as balls. Gliscor tanky as balls. Very hard to get through.
Sylveon, tanky as balls.
Yeah.
Fortress, tanky as balls.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of things that like individually are very good. He's even got like Fortress, one of the best hazard setters. I think gets access to all of them, doesn't it? Or is it?
It doesn't get toxic spikes, but it can spin as well as set them up.
Yes.
Yeah. Look on screen, kind of. So it gets rapid spin, so it can remove hazards from the opponent. Spikes and Stealth Rocks and toxic spikes, so it just doesn't get sticky web.
Oh, yeah, and
didn't realize it got
a great
spikes.
defogger in Gliscor as well.
Yes, and also immune to poison if it's got Poison Heal, which is really nice. Doesn't have a grounded poison type, but I mean, he probably won't mind. He'll probably be happy if they use poison spikes against him.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much there. The Scizor will be immune. Gliscor will be immune. Fortress will be immune. So it's only the other three, and probably not too big of a worry.
Yeah. Also, something that must be mentioned, like he has got attack stat coming out of his ass, like 150 base on Mega Scizor, 140 base defense as well, Jesus. And Haxorus 147 is like, he is covered for physical offenses. Special offense.
It's Sylveon, really.
Yeah. I don't think Seismitoad, 85.
Seismitoad can go both ways, but he's not great at anything in general.
It only runs Scald, surely, most of the time. Just throws them about.
Scald, Earth Power, or it goes the opposite way and does like Liquidation and Earthquake. So
yes,
it's not great either way.
Yeah,
you wouldn't see it and be like, oh, that's his special sweeper, or that's his special attacker. Yeah.
It is it does work quite nicely as a poor man's Gastrodon as well.
Okay.
Because it's the same typing and has the same Storm Drain.
Hang on a minute, you mean Gastrodon? Gastrodon's from Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Sorry. My God.
We before recording this video, we've salvaged Joe from playing Iceborne. She's been playing solidly for a month.
Oh, I'm still playing it up here. Don't you worry. Planning out the next.
If I roll up this way and then I use my flash pod.
They've never got shit
clutch
flash
claw.
Pods.
Oh, really?
Flash pods are garbage. It feels so bad. Yeah. Anything that flies, you're like, oh no.
Clutch claw mechanics at work. That's what you need.
Yeah. Just hook up to him.
But it's not. Yeah, you can. You could just. Anyway, this ain't a monster.
Yeah. It'd be a damn sight longer if it was.
That's on my other channel.
The Monster Hunter player guys.
Yeah. The Sapphire Star.
The Lancers of the Sapphire Star.
So I feel like I feel like this team, individually, it's got some very good stuff in it, and if the right combination of mons come out against the wrong combination of the opponents, it's gonna slap teams about the place.
Yeah.
However,
there is a small elephant in the room.
Try to be positive, but there's a few things to mention.
The first sort of smaller issue I would say needs plugging pretty quickly is immediate speed. Like, his team is very slow. 75 on Scizor, 60 on Sylveon, 95 on Gliscor. It's not too bad. 97 on Haxorus. Seismitoad 74, Fortress 40. So he hasn't got anything that breaks 100. He does have access to things like agility, bullet punch on Scizor, and Dragon Dance.
Gliscor gets agility as well, I think.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Yeah.
Does it get a E priority?
I don't think it's.
I don't think
it gets a rock.
Oh boy.
Which is pretty much agility, just a rock type move for some reason. Give him a chance to set up, and he's not got a problem. But the main issue defensively is that he has a lot of 4x weaknesses, and 4x weakness is when you have two types that share a weakness, so it means that you are doubly weak against that type.
For example, the Mega Scizor is both Steel and Bug, which is weak to fire both times, so it's 4 times weak to fire.
But it's a great typing in that it's not weak to anything else. But that big glaring fire weakness is staring you in the face.
This is perhaps magnified by the fact he has a Fortress, which also is 4 times weak to fire. So
yes,
I feel like he is going to have to, sort of plan around fire types moves being chucked his way. So a nice rain dance on Seismitoad could be quite nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Seismitoad is also 4 times weak to grass. But at least it's it's a type that's 4 times resisted by Fortress and Mega Scizor.
Yes.
So that's kind of balances out nicely, and Seismitoad resists the fire. So they do work quite nicely, but if the wrong move comes out against them, it's gonna hurt.
And for good measure, there's a 4 times weakness on that Gliscor as well to ice.
Yes.
So...
Which luckily is resisted by the Mega Scizor and the Fortress,
but not by the Haxorus.
By the Haxorus. So you can see there's a few shared weaknesses floating about, and also there's a few 4 times weaknesses.
However, it is reminiscent of Rob's team maybe 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
That had 5 or 6 4 times weaknesses across his 11 mons, but they were all different 4 times weaknesses.
Yes.
So it's sort of as long as you play well around it, and they never get to hit your 4 times weakness, you get this huge power in exchange for that weakness.
Yeah, because if they can never hit you with a super effective type, you're going to be taking no damage. Which is really nice. And also, I think Chris Munden's team last season was had the most 4 times weaknesses, or maybe it was Ed's. Oh no, it was Ed's had the most, and then Chris Munden's was second most, and he was champion. So
Yeah.
It can work. It's just it makes your life a lot more difficult.
Well, it puts a target on certain mons, but if you know that there's a target on certain mons, then you can play around that target and come out on top. So that I'm really interested to see how this team does. If it smashes faces, I'm like, yes. It's like, we've got a winner here, folks. We've got a winner.
Maybe we should all build 4 times weaknesses into our team.
I mean, all my teams have massive weaknesses to ice, so maybe.
You're just eternally weak to rock and ice. There's 2 really offensive types.
Yeah. But as for obvious switches for this team, you think you'd want the Mega Scizor when he has to switch it, maybe switch out for an Alakazam or a Lopunny, or something that's going to be fast.
A fast.
A fast thing. Definitely get rid of the shared 4 types weakness. I think that's the first thing. You should look at. But I mean, like I said before, all of the mons you've picked are really good mons. Just you got to be careful with how you play it. Okay.
But then again, I think everyone playing you has to be careful.
Yes. If you're expecting Mega Scizor, Fortress, and Sylveon, and then he brings Gliscor, Haxorus, and Seismitoad, in trouble.
Yeah.
They all resist fire. Actually, no, Gliscor doesn't, does he?
Gliscor...
Ground resist.
I don't think
ground resist. It's new, right? It's fine. We've been playing for ages and we don't know.
It doesn't resist.
We were fine until Fairy came out, and then that just made us forget. It's like when you learn a new fact, it shoves all the old stuff out your head.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
It doesn't resist it, but it's not weak to it.
It's like Mr. Mime's a fairy.
Nice.
No, what?
Yeah.
Wigglytuff. Cool. On to our next team. So this is going to be Ben. Ben is one of your boys, isn't he?
The first of my boys.
Yeah.
Those boys are mine.
Those boys are mine. Right, so Ben has assembled a Tyranitar Mega, a Raikou, a Superior, a Vaporeon, Gardevoir, and a Alola.
Yes, indeed. Do we have any thoughts?
A lot of ones I like on this.
I'll try and defend as well as I can.
Well, the screen is currently showing the Tyranitar Mega, and you can see that it's got stats coming out of his.
You have to remember his special defense is also is it doubled or times 1.5?
1.5.
1.5, because rock types in Sandstorm get their special defense multiplied by 1.5. So
it's not the base stat, right? It's the actual stat, right? I don't want to go
probably. Yeah, I think it's the actual stat.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go for that.
276, and then that's its base without any investment. Yeah, so basically, it's got a lot of stats, even more so than what you see here.
Scary.
Yeah, so that's super powerful. He has got core in the fire, water, and grass area with Alola, Vaporeon, and Superior. He's got special sweeping options with Superior and Gardevoir, kind of.
Maybe Raikou as well. Raikou's pretty fast.
A Z celebrate Vaporeon.
Yeah, Raikou's a nice all-round special attacker. It will live hits and it will dish them out handily. Yeah, definitely one of the best electric types in my opinion.
Superior can be both. Let's not forget.
Superior,
and it gets defog, and it gets screen, and it's
glare. It's
talking hazards. Hazards. You can't. Oh no, sorry. Tyranitar can set rocks, but Superior is somehow his removal because it gets defog. It's a snake, a grass snake. It gets defog.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's got loads of utility. It's really.
Yeah, that's.
PK can attest to that.
It's got all that utility, or it can just win an entire game on its own back by clicking one move. So
it has the utility, and then it can still click that one move and be fine.
I mean, just looking at its move pool, it just gets weird and wacky moves.
Yeah.
Or just everything that you could ever want, like, you know, get Protect, Knock Off, Leech Seed. I mean, it's got the stupid contrary ability where it... Oh, there you go. It has the Pokemon... Sorry, if this Pokemon has a stat stage raised, it lowers its... I'm failing at reading, Jesus Christ. If this Pokemon has a stat stage raised, it is lowered instead, and vice versa. So you essentially give it the move Leaf Storm.
Leaf Storm,
which lowers the user's special attack by 2, but instead of actually lowering it, if you have contrary, then it makes it go up by 2. So you do a lot of damage, and then you get stronger. So the next time you use it, you do even more damage.
It's using 130 base power move and getting a nasty plot off at the same time. It's just like, okay.
Fantastic.
So if the first one doesn't kill you, the second one will. Then the third one will kill the rest of your team. And
it's also really fast, 130 speed.
And good defenses as well.
Yeah, it's not bad. 75 HP, 95 defense and special defense. Yeah.
I feel like a proud father. I'm like, that is so good.
I didn't realise it was this good.
It is a great one.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. He's got a lot of physical defense as well with Alola, and Tyranitar. Not the fastest in terms of speed on his physical mons, but I mean the power's there.
And Tyranitar can Dragon Dance up and become a horrible sweepery thing as well.
A horrible behemoth.
You see these stats? This isn't even its final form. I mean, let me just boost its attack to max. Give it an adamant nature real quick.
Gigantamaxes.
We're looking at 469 attack, and that's before a Dragon Dance. So times that by 1.5, and you're smashing fools.
Smashing pumpkins.
Smashing fools, not dying, and
yeah, it can be. But of course, does have that 4 times fighting weakness to be wary of.
Yeah, so this mon probably has the biggest target on its head in the known universe because they got Tyranitar right fighting.
But there's a nice Alola ghost type to be coming in and blocking that.
Covered it very nicely, which is which is really nice. It's got Cursed Body as well, so even if they're just trying to hit it with a physical move, has the chance to get that move disabled, which is nice. Get Lightning Rod, so he's got electric immunity out of nowhere for the Vaporeon.
Yep.
And Rockhead, just if you want to bop fools and not die from it.
Does the Alola Marowak get Stealth Rocks?
It does get Stealth Rocks.
Oh, it gets it as well. Lovely.
Yeah, so,
lovely.
Yeah, so he has got the hazard option on there. Does Superior get Stealth Rocks? I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
it does not.
I think it does.
Okay.
It gets Sword Stance though, even though it's got not great attack.
Its attack is fine. And if you're against Intimidate Mon JP, they'll buff your attack, not realizing that you're a physical superior. Because who runs physical superior?
Yeah, Ray would run physical superior.
I wanted to.
He runs physical Venusaur.
Yeah.
He ran it that one time, and I burnt it, and then he went, "Well, this was a terrible idea," and that was the end of it.
So, anything you would change with a substitution on this? I mean, he's got everything he needs, really. I guess you could get rid of the 4x weakness to fighting with something else.
Try out some other bits and bobs.
Yeah, I think
Lopunny.
Everyone just get a Mega Lopunny, it'll be great.
Lopunny, Alakazam,
yeah, maybe
fine.
a fast physical attacker could be nice.
Yeah, that's because that is like the fast physical Mega, that you want really.
Yeah, maybe a ground type, so he's covered with the electric and the ground, or flying, just get immunity from ground. This is always nice. But then you kind of want to keep the dark type because dark's just really nice to have, so you avoid psychic spam.
And Prankster.
And Prankster, yes. Does anyone have any Prankster mons?
God, let me have a quick scan.
I don't think so. No one went for the keys. No one went for Sableye. No one went for Burnett. So.
No one went for Meowstick.
Meowster.
Meowster. No, I off the top of my head, I don't think anyone got Prankster mon.
No one has Prankster.
Okay, so it's fine. You don't need to worry about it.
No one has to worry about Prankster.
It just makes status moves. So you see the moves here with the category with a little swirly thing.
Non-damaging moves.
Was it non-damaging?
Yeah, all non-damaging moves.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, that threw me off when I tried to use Reflect or something, and then it didn't work, or it didn't come out first, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all non-damaging moves. Sorry, have boosted priority, so they usually go first.
I mean, are all non-damaging moves status moves?
All non-damaging moves.
Sword Stance. Sword Stance still gets priority.
It's mainly
from Prankster.
I mean, like category-wise.
So, like on Smogon, it just says this Pokemon status moves has priority raised by 1, and I was just curious whether that's just a wording thing or whether.
Because you can definitely.
Just to make sure that we're not giving out,
fake news.
Yeah, just in case. I don't want to,
It's gonna happen. We're gonna give people.
It does say, like, Prankster on Showdown does say this Pokemon status moves, but whether that is just a wording thing and it means actually,
To Prankster ability on Novopedia.
This is where
it should say
quick
moves
1v1
affected by Prankster.
1v1
This is where I should say that Joe was a season 2 champ. Me and PK.
Agility is affected.
We know nothing about Pokemon.
Agility is affected.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a weird sort of like the wording says one thing, but it actually means another thing. Okay.
It's all non-damaging moves are affected by Prankster.
Okay.
Which means that all dark types are immune to all non-damaging moves coming from a Prankster mon. Because dark types are immune to Prankster.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we clear? I think we're clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'll just give you a superior Prankster. Cool. I think that's everything I need to say about this team. Just a really solid team.
Yeah, it's a good team.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Then we've got Matthew, Rob's friend, who I don't think ended up with a coach in the end, which is very sad.
Well, I think he said himself. Well, but what I've heard is that he's fine going alone. And actually, has played quite a bit of Pokemon. So
okay.
Hopefully he would.
So maybe like played the games, but maybe not done it competitively.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll have to find out.
Right. Well, you can tell that it's Rob's friend because first up, we got this Volcarona. So we got Volcarona, we got Magnezone, Sylveon, Crocodile, Roserade, and Swampert.
Yep.
What do we reckon?
So, I mean, he's got.
He's got the Firewater Grass.
Have a few.
Yep.
Volcarona, Roserade. We gotta say nice things first. You can't go straight in to the jugular.
I wasn't gonna go negative things.
He's got a good lot of
good things.
So he's got that core going. He's just missed out on the Fairy Dragon Steel. He's got the Magnezone and Sylveon for Steel and Fairy, but no Dragon type. Although Crocodile's trying its hardest with its reptilian features.
Got his disguise goggles on. He's like, I'm a dragon, really, but he's not.
Yes.
He can set Stealth Rocks with both the Kroc and the Swampert. He can stick Toxic Spikes, which is the thing to maybe watch out with Roserade.
Yeah, for Roserade.
And it's a grounded poison, so it can absorb opponents' Toxic Spikes. He can Volt Switch for the Magnezone about.
Oh yeah, that's not really something.
He can U-turn with Volcarona, so he can switch about.
He's got the Intimidate on the Crocodile and a good bit of bulk sort of spread around quite nicely. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just say Volt Switch and U-turn, they're moves that you can click, and then after you've hit them with a move, you then can switch out to another one of your Pokemon. So there's this term that gets thrown around a lot called Volt Turn, and it basically just means that you use a move that switches you into another one. And there are quite a few Pokemon that get one or the other. Not many get both, but they are really good for keeping, sort of getting the upper hand in a match.
Yeah, it's about momentum.
Yes.
Lets you keep momentum going.
Yes.
And you also have the concept of a slow Volt Turner, which instead of going first and then getting out and then letting whatever comes in take the hit from the opponent, the slow Turner takes the hit, then turns out into your squishy Pokemon. So you can then come in and sort of revenge kill.
So for his team, it'd be like, Volcarona is more of a faster U-turner, whereas Magnezone's sort of the slower Volt Switcher, sort of,
Yes,
that's
very slow. So this would be a great example of a Volt Turner, slow Volt Turner. Sorry, and with a massive 130 special attack.
Yes, boosted by analytic as well. If you're slow turning,
so,
slow Volt switching.
So it's stab,
power by 1.3,
and big special attack and analytic, like. That Volt Turn will hit you hard.
Yes, indeed.
But really, you want to be running Zap Cannon because 100% chance to power.
No, don't give them that advice.
50 base out. Don't worry, you'll hit half of the time. So half the time, it's completely worth it.
You may as well choose
probably a hero half of the time or none of the time.
No, in draft particularly, low accuracy moves are bad because you just lose if you miss, pretty much, because you've wasted a turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is
but
why
hype if they hit.
Yeah, that's true. It's why things like Stone Edge or #Stone Miss is always so bad.
Focus miss.
You need to put Stone Edge on some mons. Sometimes it's the best and only option.
You need the power.
But then at 80% accuracy will bite you in the ass 1 out of 5 times. So. Or 5 out of 5 times if you're feeling really unlucky. And
he's got a wide range of speed.
But then what I'd say, this team is a slow team. I don't want to go into negative straight away, but he's got 3 mons that have 60 speed. And no mon with over 100 speed. Volcarona is 100.
Volcarona is 100
It
speed.
is 100, but it's nothing
Actually,
over 100.
Doesn't have a wide range of speed at all. I was just thinking Crocodile and Roserade are really fast, right? And then I clicked on them.
Oh,
actually,
90 and 92.
90 and 92, yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Not that fast.
And he's also quite special heavy. His only real physical mon that you'd go with is Crocodile. Swampert can be, but it's not that great at it.
Yeah.
I'd say,
gosh, he has got quite a lot of special attack, hasn't he?
Yeah, and good special defense as well. But
yeah. I mean, especially with this is the second Sylveon we've seen, right?
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah.
Kit had another one.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, he did.
in fact, I think there's spoilers. There's at least one more coming. So.
Yeah,
It might be on
was,
screen.
I think, the most popular pick, wasn't it?
What, 3 of them?
Yeah, I
there's
think...
a couple of Magnazones.
Yeah, I
there's
think
2
there's...
Magnazones and a Magneton. Sorry.
Yeah. And this is one of the Magnazones, so going for the popular options there.
Yeah.
A couple of Ferrothorns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
His other thing is that he has 1 defogger. And that's Volcarona.
And Volcarona will take half of its health in damage from Stealth Rocks because it's 4 times weak to rock. So on switching to try and clear the Stealth Rocks, it'll take half its health. And
die because it won't have probably. It's not on one you would want as your default.
Yeah, the reason you want to get rid of the Stealth Rocks on this team is to send in Volcarona clean.
Yeah.
So the only way to send in Volcarona clean is for them not to be Stealth Rocks in the first place. So it doesn't really work as a defogger.
Because you end up with the awkward situation of you have to run Roost and Defog, and then you're wasting 2 move slots, so you can't necessarily have Quiver Dance or Bug Buzz or something like that.
Yeah. But obviously he's got some weak points, but he's got mons like the Lover's Mons has multiple good abilities. Like Volcarona has 2 good abilities, Magnazone has 3 good abilities, like Krookodile has 2 good ones. Like there are good positives about this team, but it's just if he maybe had like a Trick Room setter. I know that's probably they've not been told about like Trick Room and stuff yet, but
that might be
that might be too advanced.
Stay away from Trick Room, kids.
Yeah.
I mean, even the good players can't pull off Trick Rooms. So don't try it.
So, one of our best guys made an entire team based on it.
He's dead now.
Yeah, it's got good hazards, good special, but that's maybe one thing you'd want to change.
Yeah, I think a bit more speed somewhere would be nice. Maybe another way to get rid of hazards would also be nice.
Think that would be the best sub to make is bring in another defogger or a rapid spinner.
Yeah. Again, sort of individually, you got some really decent ones on here.
And a Magnazone.
One of the most popular Pokemon in this.
Yes.
Both of my players were after Magnazone as well, and I was like, I'm not sure about this Magnazone really works in the team. So I don't understand quite why everyone is in love with Magnazone.
We were having a little discussion about it earlier. But
it's good. It has its niche.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at that base 130 special attack, and it has Analytic, which makes it more powerful, and Electric Steel is a cool type.
Yeah, but
and it's got defense out the ass as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's good on paper. It's really good on paper. But we've had no one so far who's managed to make it a threat. Really,
that is true. It hasn't popped off,
including the
literally
season
ever
3 champ.
Yeah. A little bit more speed. The team's good.
Yeah.
Solid mix.
Right. On to next coach. This is going to be Matthew. No, wait.
No, we just did Matthew.
No, we did Matthew.
I didn't even click on him. I clicked on this is Sebastian. Sorry, yeah. We're doing Matthew again.
Matthew again.
No, sorry. We're doing Sebastian. And I believe this is another one of John's friends. So John, he's got his finger in all of the pies. So this team he has assembled a Conqueror, a Diggersby, Starmie, Shaman, Incineroar, and Magneton. This is the Magneton.
The only Magneton in the beginner league. We have it drafted before, I think, once.
Maybe in like season 0 or season 1.
Yeah.
I know someone asked for a tiering of it because it was like, hang on a minute, Magneton's not here. It's like, well, it's too good for tier 5, so tier 3.
Yeah. So there we go. He has got a Fire Water Grass there.
A good Fire Water Grass for sure.
Well, the Starmie's not defensive, but it's a very good mod. So yeah, it's solid there. He's got
the Shaman coming back onto another
Shaman.
squad.
Maybe is there more shamans around? Oh,
I
just the
think
2
there's only
shamans.
2. I think
Just the
there's
2.
only
Shaman is a good
So
mon.
good, it's been double drafted.
Yeah.
It is a great mod.
Look at those stats. Look at that seed flare.
Look at seed flare. Oh, seed flare.
Yeah.
So it's a move with a 40% chance to lower the target special defense by 2, and it's 120 base special grass move. So it's as powerful as a solar beam, and it has a chance to drastically reduce their special defense. However, it has a 15% chance to miss, which is its sort of main shortcoming.
But still better odds than a Stone Edge.
Yep.
So...
Yep. I mean, generally, what you can do with Shaman is you put on like leftovers, you give it elite seed, you use the elite seed, and then you just keep seed flaring stuff because you're healing through their stuff and you're chipping them away. Even if they resist it, you're generally doing enough damage that with your heals, you're still doing more damage. And then you've got the chance to lower their stats and then they'll have to switch out or take more powerful hits.
You can also boost like a crazy person. Because it gets Sword Stance and I think Nasty Plot, and you can just click them and just sort of do stuff. Yeah.
Well, so it gets Sword Stance, it doesn't get Nasty Plot.
It doesn't get Nasty Plot. It gets Celebrate.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Z Celebrate. Which
Z Celebrate.
Is that
I think it might still be allowed.
I think they've not said, so I'm assuming it is allowed for this. So I could just so people can see what it is. But probably will be banned for season 5.
Which I think is probably right.
Yeah.
He's got hazard setting.
Hazard setting. He's got no stealth rocks, but does have spikes from Diggersby.
For some reason.
Yeah, Diggersby's weird.
Yeah.
Crown type.
It looks like it do stealth rocks. But...
And then he gets he has rapid spin on that Starmie, so he can clear some hazards. So.
Yes.
Not bad. Not bad.
He's got power. Like Conkelder will smack things.
Yeah. So this is my observation. So he's got like a couple of little weird things with Magaton, Shaman, and Starmie, and he's got 3 small ass motherfuckers. Yeah. Conkelder, Diggersby, and Incineroar.
Yeah, that Guts or that Iron Fist Conkelder, which has priority.
That's the thing, yeah. His team isn't very fast, but he does have a lot of priority on both Diggersby, Conkelder, and Incineroar will have good priority moves.
So the reason why Diggersby is actually strong, because you look at it and you're like, it's only got 56 base attack, what is this? And then you look at its ability and it's got huge power as this Pokemon's attack is doubled. So, you know, that instantly makes this, so let's make it adamant real quick. So it goes from 198 attack to, you know, 390 something.
300 and a lot of
300
attack.
and a lot of attack. Right?
Nearly 400 attack.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And then you put a choice band on it, and then you times that by 1.5, and then it's freaking strong.
And it gets stab, quick attack, and stuff
and then,
like that.
Or you can click Sword Stance, and then that gives you ×2 instead of having the choice band.
Yeah.
Which then makes you ridiculously strong.
Or you can give it agility, and then you don't have to use quick attack. You can use return. Which is
or
the other
earthquake.
way to play it.
Have we seen much Diggersby before? Didn't you have it?
I had it in season 2, and it kind of ruined me because no one was weak to it, so I couldn't bring it to any games. So I was essentially and it was tier 1 at the time as well. So it was tiered wrong, and
but we could have 3 of them. So in that league, like, we could have had a lot of them. So it's fine.
Could you? Oh,
in tier 2, in season 2, you could have 3 tier 1s and all that jazz. We
Spicy
changed
days.
We changed it in season 3.
Powerful teams.
Back when I had Tapu Koko. Which no one's picked.
That is true, actually.
No
one here.
Everyone knows there's a stigma against it. And they've chosen to be honourable.
I think you mean there's a stigma for it. Because it's so good.
Don't let those haters bring you down, man. Tapu Koko is a good mon.
I mean, that's another thing. Like, you know,
but not too good.
If you've got to change, if you've got
benightly strong.
If you've got to change your tier 1 or your mega, then at some point you can try a Tapu Koko.
Yeah, you can try them all out.
Try them all. well, maybe not more. Depends how many games you get. Yeah. Anything else to mention about this team?
I mean, not especially. He hasn't.
He's got a psychic fighting dark core as well. Actually, I've just noticed with Conqueror, Starmie, and Incinerate.
Oh yeah.
He's got that one tucked away.
Hidden there, tucked away on the side.
No fairy or dragon though.
I guess
he's
might not need.
lacking sort of like a dedicated wall. He's got a lot of bulk. Everything's got high health and sort of a good defensive stat, but nothing really is.
Yeah.
Wait, apart from Shaman, I guess can be your wall of choice. But,
doesn't really want to get knocked off, I guess, with Starmie and Magneton, but
yeah.
Again.
I think that's a good point. That he hasn't really got like a dedicated wall. Like, nothing's got higher than base 100 defense. I don't think.
Yeah, but he has got Intimidate on Center Raw, which will help.
Which will help. Yeah. So yeah, maybe pick a nice Wally bastard. For a substitution.
Yeah, if like Diggersby or Conqueror don't quite work out for you.
Yeah, because they're pretty much doing the same thing, aren't they? Slow, big, hitty thing. So I would say maybe switch out one of these.
I am curious though that he's taken a tier 1 rather than a mega, and like it's actually a 50-50 split between megas and tier 1s. I was quite curious.
Yeah.
Why? Because for me, taking a mega would generally always be better. Because you have
say that.
There's a lot of good tier 1s.
But there's a lot of good megas.
Yeah.
Of what the Mega Stone provides for you.
I'm very surprised that no one's picked a Mega Garchomp.
Yes, I was just thinking Garchomp is the best of both worlds.
I figured when going that people wouldn't take tier 1s, but it's just kind of a bit of a surprise seeing that, we're on the 6th person and it's 50-50 out of all the 10 people. So
True. Yeah, I think Megas and tier 1s are pretty comparable, really.
Obviously there are going to be ones that could outclass others, but
I mean they're tiered that way. I mean, I would say Megas are more divisive upon that because we've only just brought in the bad Megas tiering, but other draft systems have multiple tiers of Mega power, so that you either get +1 point, neutral point, or -1 point for picking them.
Yeah. Just to, I guess, give you an example of a bad Mega, like Mega Bennett.
The bad.
You might
baddest of the bad.
That's the Destiny Bond, don't you worry.
Yeah.
So it's got this 165 base attack, right? So, we were talking earlier about Diggersby with all its abilities and stuff gets to like nearly 400 attack, and Mega Bennett gets above that with its attack stat. However, all of its other stats, except for maybe its special stuff, is pretty garbo.
But you're not gonna run
your
special.
Mega, prankster.
The main thing, it's got a huge attack stat, but you're slow and squishy, so you're never gonna hit anything, and then you die. And it's like,
yeah, and I don't really know what's his move pool's like.
Destiny Bond, knockoff, taunt.
But if you're relegating your Mega as your Destiny Bond,
it's
shot it gets.
I guess it gets moves, but it's just not one of the better Megas compared to.
It's just bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
Gengar, because that is banned because it's so good.
Yeah.
So
it had its ability changed because it was that good.
Yeah. So okay, right. So what did I say? Bannett's attack was? It was like
165.
65. Yeah. This has got 170 base attack, special attack. It's got low HP, but it's got a lot of speed as well. So the difference between the two is that Bennett's not going to get a chance to attack, whereas Gengar gets a chance to attack. And Gengar also has Shadow Tag.
Yeah, he also has the bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit ability, so they can't switch out. So no matter what, they're taking a big hit from the Gengar. And
then you just sit there and click Destiny Bond, and they have to die to kill you.
Yes. Yeah. This is Destiny Bond done right.
That's why it's banned.
And Gengar's third highest stat is higher than Bennett's second highest attack, and that's actually a useful stat compared to special attack for the Bennett. So certain mons are better and worse than others, but
Yes. What did he have originally? I've got rid of it.
Conkeldurr.
Conkeldurr, yeah, which is good.
Yeah, Conqueror's
I've
great.
used it. I think it's great, but
Spicy.
Yes.
not sure
Yeah,
if
I
it's
think
the tier 1 I'd pick. But yeah,
that
it's
would
really
maybe
good.
be the change I would make is either swap a Conqueror or Diggersby for a big Wally. Be quite nice.
Yeah. Be like a Blissey or something.
Oh, a Blissey.
Change Diggersby for a Blissey and you got yourself a team. Cool. On to the next team. We have got Tan. So
Yes,
I think this is who John was originally meant to be coaching. John's got a lot of time at the moment, hasn't he?
Yeah.
'Cause
He does.
Man's
He
in
does.
quarantine.
He's in quarantine right now.
Yeah.
So. He's just too handsome. They had to lock him up.
To hide his looks from the world. Oh dear. No. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just earning money.
In quarantine.
In quarantine.
I mean, there might be something wrong with him by the time the
Well,
quarantine's
there might be
over.
something with
We'll
him now.
find out.
Yeah. Oh dear. Right, so Tan has drafted a Mega Beedrill, a Gyarados, Magnezone. It's back again.
Another Magnezone.
He's back. It's Magnezone. He's back. Houndoom, Steelix, and Claydol. This has got a lot of Pokemon that I really like that they brought onto the team because they're not really seen that much, or like we've not seen them much in draft. Like Claydol came to 1 or 0 games.
A desperate man is the man who looks at a Claydol and thinks, "It ain't bad. It ain't bad."
There's always Claydol.
Right, should we start looking at Claydol then? Because why
Right.
draft a Claydol? Right, so it's a ground psychic type, so it's your electric immunity. Psychic type's just always kind of nice. It's got a really good ability in Levitate. It's got good defenses with a 105 base defense and 120 special defense. HP stat is a little low. Moves wise, Calm Mind's nice. It gets
rocks and rapid spin.
Yeah,
that's the main.
That was its niche
extra
back when
draw.
it was introduced.
Yes. It gets nice supporty moves. It also gets quite good offensive moves, but its special attack and regular attack are not that great. So you can kind of see it's a defensive utility mon that's got all the right moves for it to be offensive, but it's not very good at it.
Yeah,
it ticks a lot of boxes, but not all the boxes you want it to tick, and a lot of time too many boxes for it to be the right combination of boxes. I've said boxes far too many times.
It can do a job. Like let's put it, Claydol can do a job. But when you have free reign, of tier 3 downwards, then
that's something that we should mention, right? Tan is the only person to draft anything lower than a tier 3.
Going off the wall,
going off the wall, which is another reason probably why I like it.
And I like I like the Houndoom, I like Steelix, I like a Claydol.
Yeah,
occasionally.
Houndoom, I was going to say, is one of the other ones I like, along with the Mega Beedrill.
I really like Mega Beedrill. I do.
Yeah. I want to see that pop off. I want to see it hit a Fell Stinger.
Yeah.
Get the huge attack boost, and then
Let's
go
look
to
at
town.
Fell Stinger, shall we? So Fell Stinger, is it in the? Oh my god, is it in the usually useless moves?
Yes,
because...
you
oh my god! All right, okay. So Tan.
Yeah, it's the hype.
This is
move
important.
This
is very important. Okay, so usually useless moves. This is where all the best stuff is.
This is where JP gets all his tech.
But you actually need this for Beedrill because Fell Stinger down here. So it's a base 50 power bug move, right? It's a physical move, and it's your stab move. 100% accuracy, but you see here raises the user's attack by 3 if this KOs the target. So you get a bigger boost than a sword stance if you kill a thing with it. You got this big 150 base attack here, which, as I've said before, you can get pretty high.
Pretty nutty.
If you do stuff with it. You pretty much always want to run this either Adamant or was it Jolly?
One. You don't generally need the speed with Jolly, but
so you send it out against something that's been weakened, and then you kill it with a Fell Stinger, or you get a free stab bug hit off of someone else. But essentially you're just guaranteeing yourself either a damage like a boost that's going to help you win the game, or some nice damage or something.
disclaimer: we are not advising you to use Felstinger.
Yeah.
However,
It is hype.
if it goes off,
yeah, I suppose we should say that the standard or more used option would be
like U-turn, drill, run.
Actually, bug bite. Is that bug bite?
Yeah.
Its best.
Yeah, it doesn't get many good moves, but
Bug
really
stab.
cool mon. You generally don't run a U-turn.
Sorry, X Sizzle. There you go.
X-Sizzle, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, X Sizzle is your bug stab, poison jab,
drill run,
drill
coverage.
run.
It gets knockoff. It gets T-spikes. It gets pursuit if you're into that.
Yeah, you're into that.
Whatever floats your boat, weirdo.
Yeah, pursuit power doubles with the foe switching out, so it combos quite nicely with Felstinger because you bring Felstinger and pursuit. If you think that they're not going to switch out, you can use Felstinger and you get the boost. If you think they're going to switch out, you can just use pursuit, and then you're then doing AC. This does 80 base power. So it pairs really nicely with it. But yeah, this thing's just fast and hitty.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Which is exactly what you want from one. Ray drafted it a while back and didn't like it, but we don't think he used it right. Let's be honest.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Not enough Felstingers.
Not enough Felstingers.
There's a couple of 4x weaknesses in that, Gyarados and Magnezone, but luckily they are very different 4x weaknesses. In fact, they are resistant to each other or immune to each other's 4x weakness, so they work quite nicely for each other.
Yep. Did we say that? So there's no cores in this one, so we're just shy of the fire water grass with no grass type here. We've got 2 steel types, no fairy or dragon, so we are doubling up on the steel type there. We don't really mention the Steelix, which is a massive wall. Look at that, 200 defense. 200.
One of the highest defense in the game.
Gets to like 500 defense with max EVs.
Famously an abuser of red card power. So,
ain't no setup on me.
Yeah, she has hazard setters and rapid spinner in Claydol, so sort of has hazards covered pretty well.
Yeah, spikes, toxic spikes from B-Drill if you want it.
Yep. Just seeing if so Gyarados gets defog. It does not.
Nope.
So no way to remove hazards.
Claydol.
Claydol does get
spinning.
Claydol.
Claydol could get it.
Okay, yeah. So she is covered on hazards then, which is good.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see why she has gone for the tier 4s and tier 5. Whether she liked them, those mons in particular, or they filled the niches that she needed for the rest of the team.
It might be a stat thing that she's like, well, I want this for that. Like, you never know.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think Steelix is probably because Rob had it, or like the mega version in last season, right?
True.
Did.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want that
if
air balloon Steelix. So that one.
If they aren't cutting the mustard, then you can swap them out for tier 3s and try out that side of things.
Yeah. I think if you had to point out a weakling in the team, it's probably the Houndoom, right?
Yeah. I think the other tier 4 and tier 5, Steelix and Claydol, are still doing things for you.
Yeah.
But Houndoom's just kind of.
It's just like
it's a flash fire mon. Like she's somewhat weak to fire. Like
so
actually she's got
the 2 steel types. And the B-Drill.
And B-Drill.
B-Drill's
so yeah. But maybe that would be better being a tier 3 Arcanine.
An Arcanine, presumably.
That would just be a straight upgrade.
Yeah.
So.
Although Arcanine's generally one physical, isn't it? I suppose. And Houndoom's more of a special.
I mean, and you get a dark type in that it's immune. Yeah. So I mean, there's
trade-offs.
I think you know, probably 10 times out of 10, I'd pick that Arcanine over a Houndoom.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably pick Typhlosion over Houndoom as well.
Yeah.
Typhlosion just really
big
fast.
eruptions.
Eruptions, Earthquake.
Still has Flash Fire, correct?
Yes, it does have flash fire as well.
But maybe she just likes Houndoom. Maybe she's like, it's one of my favorite mons, so I want to pick it. Which is fair.
It does look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool mod.
It's a hellhound. It's a cool
Hellhound
dog.
Yeah. I just did I switched between Houndoom and Tyversion on the thing, and you just saw the stats bars all just got a little bit from Houndoom to Tyversion. So
now if this was a Mega Houndoom.
If it was a Mega Houndoom, let's have a look at Mega Houndoom. What am I doing? Mega. God, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah, that could be an interesting switch. Get rid of the Houndoom, get rid of the Beedrill, put in a Mega Houndoom, and then try that out and see how that does for you.
Yeah, so you look at it at first, you'd be like, oh, stats aren't like that good on it. But, you know, it's quite fast. The special attack's pretty good, but it's got the ability Solar Power, which, if Sunny Day is active, the Pokemon special attack is boosted by 1.5 times. And that just makes it hit like an absolute truck, and it's pretty fast. So
but
and
it does
fire
lose
moves
a
in
bit.
the sun already do boosted damage, so it becomes very strong.
And
in the
it's
sun.
stab.
Yeah, it's gonna hit hard.
Yeah.
Stab, fire, solar power, sun boosted fire moves. So
Yeah. So if you want to have some fun, when you have to switch out the Mega Beedrill, switch out for a Mega Houndoom, and then swap the Houndoom for. Not regular Beedrill, not regular Beedrill.
What sets up? What has drought these days?
Torkoal,
Charizard,
but you can't have that. Or Mega Charizard even. But
Ninetales, regular.
Ninetales, yeah.
Groudon. That's it.
Primal Groudon sounds like a good move.
Yeah. Oh wait, that Primal Groudon's nothing compared to my Claydol.
My Claydol.
My Claydol. I mean my Cradily. I was playing a monotype random battle the other day, and I completely like 6-0'd a team with Cradily. It's like, yeah.
Weird flex, but okay.
I've just searched Ninetales and just realised that no one's picked Ninetales Alola in this Learner League.
Because they aren't aware of screens yet, JP.
But
screens.
Let's not go down.
Yeah, that's
the Alolan Ninetale rabbit hole.
I'm done
for another time.
Let's move on. I think that's Tan's team pretty well covered.
Yep. Yep. So next is
hurry up.
Hurry up, jeez. Then we've got Marian. Chop.
This is just an offshoot. This isn't a real. This isn't a regular season episode. We need to try to make this
exactly
succinct,
what all that pummeling is.
Needs to get better at. This is why people don't watch.
I need to go to bed.
He's at work in 4 hours. He needs to sleep.
4 hours. It's not 4 hours.
I know.
You're
just over dramatic.
7. I have to be up in 7 hours time.
We'll cover the next teams. So next, next one is going to be Marian, coach of the Hanwell Haunters.
Dun, dun, dun.
She was also part of the Kingswood Kabutops conglomerate along with Wev. And she's got probably one of my favourite teams.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Looking at it's a good team.
So this is a regular Latias, not a Mega Latias. That is banned.
Yes,
unless Webb decides that he is so gentlemanly that he will allow the Mega Latias. I don't think he will. But yeah, the Latias, Ferrothorn, Sylveon, Tentacruel, as a Heliolisk that I've nicknamed Gringo Bandito.
Gringo Bandito!
And Haxorus.
Didn't that get like our favourite nickname of the season? It was one of the seasons.
Yeah.
How many Haxoruses have we had? I feel
there's
2 Haxoruses.
2? Is there not a third one? Okay, still just the 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This team has got a lot of power. So you got the Haxorus with the 147 base attack. Latias, while it's usually praised as being especially defensive, it still hits pretty nicely. In fact, it's Sylveon's pretty much a copy of Latias, just fairy type.
Different typing, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you would look at this and think, okay, she's got a lot of special attack and not a lot of physical. Latias, Sylveon, Gringo Bandito. all pretty special attacking. And then, Haxorus, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does mean that if Haxorus falls, then
Or
all
if
you need
Haxorus
is a
isn't
good
brought
special ball.
to
Yeah.
the games,
Then it could be tricky for her. But overall,
good bulk. She's got
bulk,
Walls,
very good bulk.
Ferrothorn, Sylveon, and Tentacruel, and even the Latias.
Even Lati can roost and defog and be a bastard.
Yeah,
This
or
was
just
a
can't
Mega
mind
Lati,
up.
it would
Like,
be
yeah.
a wall.
Yeah.
Hazard setting, we've got the Ferrothorn again with the spikes and rocks. I'm just double checking it definitely does.
Tentacruel's got toxic spikes
And rapid spin.
rapid spin.
Yep. And
Haze,
Ferrothorn,
which is a move we haven't.
Ferrothorn
really
has the rocks and whatnot, and Latias has defog, so she's got hazards pretty much fully covered, which is really nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
She has got a Fairy Dragon Steel core right there in her tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 2, no, tier 2 rather. So
just shy of the Firewater Grass, but I don't think she'll miss it, to be honest. One thing I would maybe say she could try with a substitution, maybe switch out the Latias for Mega Charizard.
Which one?
Why? The one that sets up Sun, because then that'll help out Gringo Bandito.
Which is the win con in every game.
I mean, so you remember when we talked about the Houndoom with the solar power ability? Well, Gringo Bandito gets it as well. So in this situation, you probably want to switch out the Ferrothorn as well. Maybe get a Chlorophyll.
Then it'll be
Mom.
8 times weak to 5.
Yes, then it will be 8 times.
But it'll still live a hidden power fire.
Someone lights a match in the next town over it. It just keels over.
Yeah. So maybe a nice Chlorophyll Mon could be good. Like a regular Venusaur. Or I've seen Victory Bell put in work in Draft League.
Berryman. Everyone's prepped for Berryman now.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah. God, it does get Chlorophyll as well. Yeah. Fun fact: you can't actually do the thing that Alana wanted to do because it can't have all of those moves because they're egg moves. So it's not allowed to learn all of the draining moves.
Oh,
I was very sad to learn this.
No idea.
Sorry, put a bit of a downer on that one, didn't I?
We haven't even got to Alana.
There's no downers on the list. But yeah, I really like Marian's team, and I think that getting some sun on this and switching out the Ferrothorn for a Wally Grass type could be really nice.
Maybe a little bit of speed throughout the place as well.
A little bit of speed and physical attack, maybe.
Yeah. Which could be a problem, but if you play around with it well, and or just make like one swap, we'll probably fix that quite easily.
Yeah. Right. Next up, got 2 more teams to go. This one is going to be John. This is your second.
My second boy. My big beautiful boy.
Beautiful boy. Also gunning for next JP in the league. There's already 2.
Yes, I know. So many JPs.
So he's got the Azumarill,
what a nightmare.
Pelipper, Cresselia, Kabutops, Hitmontop, and Arcanine. This is a good team.
This is a cool team.
It's a fun, cool team, isn't it?
Go on then, Joe.
So we've got Pelipper there, which sets up rain on switching. And then combine with that a Kabutops and an Azumarill who love the rain.
Yeah, so
Kabutops has.
I was going to say, so Pelipper, its ability Drizzle on switching, it sets up the rain. And then Kabutops has ability called Swift Swim, which means when Rain Dance is active, the Pokemon speed is doubled. And it's no slouch, 80 base speed, so it's effective 160 base speed, so it's really
faster than damn near everything.
Yeah.
So
you're going to get liquidated.
It's got a good attack stat 115, and it gets access to priority, so anything it's not going to outspeed for some reason, maybe agility'd up or choice scarf thing, it's still got Aqua Jet to hit them as well. Or even if the rain isn't up, it can still be faster than things and hit them with a stab water move. Nice.
And,
yes, indeed.
And Azumarill doesn't have it. But yeah, it doesn't
have it, but it does have. After using a belly drum, it maximizes its attack stats and has the same ability that Diggersby has called Huge Power, where it doubles its attack stat.
Yes.
So after a belly drum, it is dealing ridiculous amounts of physical damage, which is then further increased by using water stab moves in the rain, which even
priority water stab moves in the rain.
I was doing some math earlier, and it was like Azumarill after belly drummed in the rain will do its Aqua Jet will do like 200% to a Magnezone that's full defense.
Full defense,
like what the
you hear that Magnezone users?
There's
it's just funny because you look at its base 50 and you're like, oh shit, isn't it? It's like no.
If that gets a chance to pop off, then you've lost the game.
Yeah.
So you have to really watch that.
Yeah. Or it could be run defensively because it's got Sap Sipper.
Yeah, you can do a weird
100 base HP, which is rare to see something have that much HP. And pretty decent defenses as well.
All those grass moves that you want to be throwing out for these watermons, well, unfortunately, Sap Sipper makes him immune and raises his attack by 1 stage. So you're powering him up.
My God.
Yes.
Then
strong boy.
And then there's a Cresselia.
There's Cresselia there.
Should we talk about Moonduck?
With the moon.
Big old Moonduck. JP, would you like to specifically talk about your experience with Moonduck thus far?
So there's a little move called Calm Mind, and it clears one of
uses Calm Mind.
Evil thoughts and boosts their offenses and defenses to a point where it is nigh unkillable when it has base HP of. Do you remember I was just saying 100 HP is pretty good? Well, this has got 120 HP, 120 defense, and 130 special defense. Sorry, and even if you send out a Sylveon with a metronome and you keep using Echo
Hyper
Voice. It doesn't work, especially when the metronome gets knocked off and your whole strategy is red.
Feels bad.
That was oddly specific, JP. But
it's never happened before. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it came into my head. I cleared my mind and it popped in. This thing doesn't do a lot of damage directly, but it will sit around forever, not dying, and
it's
it
not
going to
die
toxic.
And
it will kill your team slowly.
Yeah, it can recover, it can boost itself, it can spread status. It just doesn't overly die.
It's just a really good wall. Great typing in mono psychic as well. It's just really nice.
Yes.
And then down in tier 3s we have a Hitmontop and an Arcanine for double intimidate, and a Rapid Spinner in Hitmontop and Kabutops, and we have Defogger and Pelipper.
Wait, did you say Kabutops gets Rapid Spin?
Yes, indeed.
Oh my god, it does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uselessly.
I'm learning.
Usually useless moves. Rapid Spin.
My god.
Oh, fuck.
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
crikey.
So, and can set up rocks with Kabutops only.
Yeah. Can't Hitmontop set up rocks?
No, I don't think so. It spins them.
Just gets rid of them, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's the only hazard option it's got. But setting up stealth rocks is enough, to be honest. Although something that we haven't really talked about much at all is that this is because it's 3v3. Hazards aren't quite as powerful.
True.
As in a 6-man team. They're still good. For instance, like you'd still want to almost always bring it against a Volcarona. But well, I mean, if you don't, then you just
spitting it out there.
It doesn't always work. But it's going to be less effective because you're hitting less Pokemon, so it's dealing less damage over the course.
There'll be fewer switches, fewer turns. So.
The matches should be shorter, and there's less switches, so you're going to get less damage overall.
But it's still worth saying for future reference and learning.
Yes. Yeah.
About it. So.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Any 4x weaknesses there? I'm not seeing any. Oh, Pelipper.
Thunder.
There's Pelipper and Kabutops. Kabutops to grass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's rock water.
Yep.
Again, Slipper.
I mean, Kabutops is frail anyway, so it's going to die. So
it doesn't overly matter that it's got a 4x weakness. And Pelipper's still pretty bulky.
Yeah, it's got that huge defense boost in Gen 7, so...
Yeah.
It's pretty...
Unfortunately, the rain does make it always get hit by thunder every single time.
True.
Anything you would change on the team?
Maybe the Arcanine. I don't overly see what it's doing, because obviously it's going to be weakened in the rain, and you've already got an Intimidator, so maybe switch that out for something different.
It's got some good utility. It's got moves like Will-O-Wisp. Doesn't have to necessarily run fire moves. It's got plenty of other things that, wild
and if
charge,
they run
slice.
fire to counteract your rain, then obviously it'll be boosted. But
and it doesn't have to come with any of the rain mons.
That's true.
Doesn't
you can run Cresselia, Hitmontop, and
I think it means
just
that you
wally bastard.
Yeah, and I think you can just run Intimidate on it. You don't even need to worry too much about using the other ones, because you're not worried about fire attacks at all, really.
Yeah. I think maybe that is the only.
Maybe Arcanine and Hitmontop are sort of doubling up a bit, and obviously he's got 3 water types, but that looks like
that's
part of the strategy.
Point. Yeah.
So
if you're going for a rain team or a sun team, you're gonna double up or triple up on types, like type spam, because that's what's the point of it.
But that Azumarill can 100% become a Mega Swampert.
Yeah, that's true.
In a heartbeat.
That would be an interesting swap to make.
But then maybe swap out the Kabutops. So you're not 2 Pokemon with 4 types weakness to grass.
Kindra was looked at.
Kindra's underused in our league so far.
Yeah, I said I don't think it's been drafted a single time. So it would be interesting to see it getting used, getting a bit of love. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, on to
our final team.
Yes, indeed.
And this is going to be Alana, coach of the Weapon Wholesale Chippendale Monorail Cocktail. Smorgasbords. It's the Wappin Wailord. I'm going to be honest, I think this is probably the strongest team.
Really? You think?
I think it's probably the best team. I mean, it doesn't instantly look like it, but I think all of the mons are just really good, and they can all fit on the same squad. She's not really worried about any shared weaknesses as far as I can see.
The only... I don't want to start off with it, man. So yeah, we'll start off with the mons.
Yeah, so Salamence, Reuniclus, Breloom, Jolteon, Cobalion, and Weezing. Looks like she's got all of the roles filled out. So she's got a bulky mixed attacker who can also be a sweeper. She's got a special wall. She has got another physical attacker. She's got a fast electric type, which can also pivot and revenge kill. She's got Cobalion, which is really good for rock setting and just being a bulky attacker, and Weezing as a nice defensive wall. So she's got a physical wall and a special wall, and a lot of bulk and a lot of speed and a good offense and utility. It's missing, I guess, cleric stuff, wish passing.
Yeah, it hasn't got any recovery except for a regenerator on Reuniclus.
Regenerate and recover.
I know you use Reuniclus, obviously, and I don't have too much knowledge, but it's not that specially defensive. It's got 80, and it's got a good HP, but I figured it's not
very good HP.
Yeah, very good HP, which makes the special defense good. And
but you can't mind. That's its thing.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say because it's not the most specially defensive, but
true.
Yeah, for a test assault, yeah, you could be right.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean by it doesn't look like that intimidating, but Reuniclus, generally, you would run it in a way where it boosts its special defense, or it takes special hits, and then it's like, oh, it's actually really good.
It's horrible to kill. It's really horrible. Once it gets going, you just not much you can do.
There's a lot of good abilities on that team as well. Like Reuniclus got,
Magic Guard and Regenerator.
Yeah. Salamence can be Intimidate or Moxie. Like
these are two of the best.
Of his are like whatever the fuck Breloom wants to do. Like,
so this has got the same ability that Gliscor has with Poison Heal. So if it's poisoned, it can heal. It also gets, Effect Spore. Was that 30% chance to give him a status on contact?
Yeah.
And also a thing that just boosts its power.
Yeah, Technician. That's where it's at.
Did not realise it has 130 base attack.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
huge.
It is huge.
It only has 70 speed, but
it's a poor man's Kartana. In fact, the official build on the damage calculator is not Kartana. Is what it's called.
Really?
Yeah, because it's got a huge attack stat and it's still got the same sort of weaknesses.
Yeah, slightly different typing, but
yeah, it's.
Is that on Smogon?
On the
damage
the Pokemon Showdown damage calculator, I believe the set is called not.
Yeah, that's
not
really...
Kartana.
Yeah, OU not Kartana. Kartana.
Yeah, OU not Kartana. So
okay.
It's just has a huge attack stat.
And it gets the move Spore, which is very good.
Yeah, Spore is one of a very small list of Pokemon that has Spore, which is the reason it's so good. It's 100% accurate sleep move. Every other move that causes sleep in the game, like Sing and things, are all about 70% accuracy, or worse. So it can be a huge boon to have on your team.
Yeah, a huge boon.
Huge boon.
Removal. Do we have hazard removal? Oh, there's defog on Salamence.
Defog on Salamence, but that's it.
So it's
that's
there, but
not the best.
The best option. But saying that, offensive defoggers, there's a weird little niche for that because you send out the Salamence, they're like, oh shit, a Salamence, I need to go to a wall, and you just defog, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And Salamence could do a lot of things. Yeah, it could be on physical or special AJP, like a defog. It could dance up. Like,
love Salamence. Salamence is great.
I mean, it's 100 speed, so it's not bad. Like,
yeah, it's one of these mons with great power comes great responsibility because it does have that 4x weakness to ice type.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's slightly ice weak, I think.
Yeah, she's got Salamence and
Breloom.
Yeah.
Breloom,
So
is that neutral to ice because fighting?
I can't remember which way. I don't know if it goes both ways. I know fighting is super effective against ice, but I'm not sure if ice.
Got a couple of weaknesses to ground in there, but she also has a flyer and a levitator. So
yeah, Breloom and resists it as well.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like
everything's not really weak to rocks. Like
Breloom's got the 4x flying weakness, but then Jolteon resists it, Cobalion resists it, Weezing probably won't give a crap. So.
Maybe this is the best 6-man squad, but maybe not the best 3-man squad.
She can set up toxic.
True.
Set up
that's maybe
rocks,
might be right actually. It's a very good 6-man squad, but there might not quite be enough to cover enough bases in just a 3-man squad.
Yeah, I feel like a Mega Houndoom with Solar or a Gringo Bandito, would be super sick in a 3-man squad. Whereas this, you've got all the tools you need to play around a game.
I feel you can never bring Salamence and Breloom to the same game.
Which limits your options a bit.
Yeah,
because of
your offensive,
the ice,
physically offensive options.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can spawn things, send in Salamence and Dragon Guards.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fine.
Does Cobalion got? Is that physical really?
This is where we spend ages trying to bring down the team.
Huge defense,
it can volt
attack
switch as well.
Yeah, it's volt switch and stealth rocks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, both 90 on both attack and special. So Cobalion can do it. It gets Sword Stance.
Swords, and quick attack.
And Rock Polish.
I have many names for this horse.
Yeah. So,
overall,
that is a good 6 months. Yeah. You've swung me on it. Like, yeah. No cores to speak of though.
No what?
No cores to speak of. But
no, doesn't look like it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wallaby.
No grounded poison.
She's got enough defensive options, though. I don't think she is worried about it too much.
Can't bring all of them. She brings all of the defensive options then.
What would that be? Wheezing,
Reuniclus.
Reuniclus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a question. What team out of all 10 would you want to use in a game?
Okay. All right, let's have a look at this.
Bringing this on, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
I
think I go with John P's mini raid.
Yeah, I really like that.
I think that's maybe where I go.
Do you really like that?
The rain team is nice there.
I also really like Ben's team.
Those boys are mine.
I know, it's like I love Superior, I love Vaporeon, like Omega T-Star when he uses cool, like Raiku's pretty good. I don't overly like Marowak Lola, to be honest, but apart from that, like all the other ones, I'm like, yeah, no, that's cool. I'd like to use those, or I have used those.
I think I would want to use Marian's team after I've made a couple of switches. Otherwise, I'd probably pick Alana's team.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's got Salamence, Reuniclus, and Jolteon, and the on it.
They are very new mons.
They've all been on my team at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be exciting to see everyone, finding their feet, battling it out, and learning as things go on.
Yes. Yeah. Well, hopefully this video has been somewhat informative. I'll try and put timestamps because I'm not expecting everyone to look at everyone's teams.
True.
But yeah, at least watch your own. I don't know why I'm saying this at the end of the video.
Disclaimer, don't take that advice too literally.
Yeah. If you have any follow-up questions for anything we've mentioned, either ask us or ask your coaches. We will be happy to help. Everyone will be happy to help.
Yes.
It's a friendly league.
I just want
except for Rob.
That
guy. Sorry, Rob. We had a season of not flaming you, and now we're gonna go back to a season of flaming you constantly. So
I've been flaming everybody. So just going down the list.
Well, yeah. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. I think the plan is to, I don't know, are we covering any of the games, or are we sitting tight?
No idea.
I'm up for covering games, but it depends.
It depends how hard and fast they come as well.
Yeah,
because if they're like one every 3 days, we are not going to be able to keep them.
I'm in America until like the 7th of October, so
we'll
the chances are
I might not be around.
Well, if you want us to do commentaries, then we can do that. If not, then maybe we'll just do like a little transfer video just to cover what people have changed up on the teams.
Yeah. Quick change, maybe a post one.
Yeah. Well, have fun, guys and girls. Enjoy the games, and catch you all next time.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Are we done? Is it over? It's safe. That's a PK. Chuck the rule book at him.
Yeah.